Good morning, gang. Happy Monday morning. All right, here we are. We're a week and a day away from election 2024. Yeah, we're that close. And this is going to be very important. You guys all know that. I don't have to tell anybody the choices we have coming in a week. What I want to reiterate here is the danger that we have in front of us, okay? You have people all over the internet going, oh, it's not going to be a big deal. Don't worry about it. Everything's going to be fine no matter who wins. I don't care who you go listen to, conservative, Democrat, mainstream media, alt media, the European press, the Australian press, the Asian press, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Everybody expects violence after this election. I've said it for months to expect it, and everything that keeps happening in the world, or in the country at least, just tells me I'm barking up the right tree. How many of you sat and watched the rally in Madison Square Garden yesterday? I know I did. I spent probably about 5.5 hours watching it. It was very interesting. I mean, granted, it was a love fest for Donald Trump. Of course, you expect it. It's a rally. But the litany of speakers was just crazy impressive, okay? From Vivek Ramaswamy, Tucker Carlson, J.D. Vance, both of Trump's sons. I mean, you could go down, and the gentleman who Fred Trump, Trump's father, paid for their education because the New York public school system sucks so bad and have for decades, to CEOs, to regular Joes, to God knows whom. And you sat there for the better part of 5 hours listening to all these people give their reasons for why they are voting for Trump. And then, of course, Trump closed out the rally and gave his speech to everybody explaining why you should vote for him. It's a rally. The left is totally, completely, 100% unhinged. They will, mark my words, cause problems in 8 days. We've all heard all the lies that the Harris-Walz campaign has put up, okay? The whole Democrat Party. I mean, you can go back to Russia, the Steele dossier back years ago. We could talk about the lies about Project 25. We could talk about the bullshit sexual molestation / rape charges against them. I mean, character assassination is all they have, because Kamala Harris and Tim Walz have shit for policies, for good ideas for this country. Every one that Trump comes up with, the Harris campaign tries to steal. Remember, no tax on tips? How about no tax on Social Security? This is contrary to stuff that Kamala Harris has actually voted for. Now she's for border security, even though she's been the border czar. I mean, it's just, gee, our policies nobody likes, so let's try to steal Trump's. And there are enough idiots that are still thinking Kamala Harris should be president. The woman is a walking embarrassment. I don't know if that's an improvement from the walking corpse, but if this is the best the Democrats have to offer, I'm getting more and more confident that we'll never see another Democrat president in my lifetime. And that's a good thing. Let's take a look at the unhinged left liberal party from yesterday. I want you to start out listening to Tim Walz, and then I want to show you a few other things. Pay attention to this.
Donald Trump has descended into madness over the last few weeks. And I think some of you don't miss on this. Go do your Google on this. Donald Trump's got this big rally going at Madison Square Garden. There's a direct parallel to a big rally that happened in the mid-1930s at Madison Square Garden. And don't think that he doesn't know for 1 second exactly what they're doing there.
Tampon Tim, Touchdown Timmy is at it again, okay, with spreading as many lies as he can. The Democrats decided to make yesterday all about Trump is a Nazi, right? I mean, this is what he's referring to. The 1939 rally in Madison Square Garden supporting Nazism. Good old Tim must have forgotten that in 1976, in 1980, and in 1992, the Democrat National Convention was held in Madison Square Garden. Okay? I guess every time you go to a New York Rangers or a New York Knicks game, you're supporting Nazism. I guess every time you go see a Beyonce concert in Madison Square Garden, you're supporting Nazism, right? That would be the logic that they have. But let's go a little bit further. Let's take a look at what the Democrats decided to put up projected on the side of the arena yesterday. Now, I want to give you this. There are an estimated 200,000 people that tried to get into Madison Square Garden yesterday. People waited in line for a day and a half to get in. MSG only holds 20,000 people. Once they couldn't let anybody else in, then you had people going to bars, going to restaurants, and asking the patrons, asking the ownership to turn it on TV so they could watch it there in the bar. There were approximately 75,000 people who stood outside Madison Square Garden yesterday evening watching the rally on the big screens outside the building. This is what the DNC projected up on the side of the building. Never once in the entire nearly 6 hours, thereabouts 5 to 6 hours, did Hitler's name ever get mentioned. Did Nazism ever come up? Was there a single salute given? Nobody was wearing a tan pantsuit like Kamala Harris did the other day. Nobody shaved their mustache. Nothing. But the DNC thought that was a good idea to put up there. We can continue going on the inside. Let's take a look at this image. Right, because when you go to a Nazi rally, something you always want to fly is the Israeli flag, right? I mean, you had Hasidic Jews, you had Orthodox Jews, you had blacks, whites, Hispanics, Asians, Indians in the crowd. New York is a very diverse community. And people from all races, creeds, colors, and religions showed up yesterday. None of them were there to support Nazism, right? But no, that's what the Democrats had to put up. And so you get into this morning. The headline from the New York Daily News, I mean, again, it's another birdcage liner quality publication. This is their front page. Racist rally. If you watched this rally, and as I said on Twitter as I was watching it yesterday, this was more of a unity rally, bringing people together, explaining to people all the good that the Republicans have done, that Donald Trump has done, not over his campaign, over his life. Okay? They mentioned countless examples. I mean, changing the New York skyline, the ice skating rink in Central Park, how many people he has helped house, feed, God knows what, and do. All the stories about the Army private, the girl that was killed, the lies that they came out about her, saying Trump was offended that it was, I mean, he was pissed off that it was going to be $60,000 that the military was going to have to pay for her funeral. Yeah, he was so pissed off he didn't build a military. He wrote a freaking check out of his personal account. Right, that sounds like somebody that's pissed off. This is the venom that the DNC, the liberal media, the Harris Wall campaign is spreading to their lunatic supporters. They're not coming after Trump. They're coming after us. He's just in the way. Remember all the social media posts a couple of months ago when liberals were celebrating that you had a couple of people at the Butler rally, Pennsylvania, shot and killed? Remember that? They were celebrating that. There were posts where liberals were out saying, good, that's 2 less people to vote for Trump. These people are despicable, disgusting, not worthy of the air they breathe. And yet they want to sit on some high unicorn, I can't say high horse because they don't believe in reality, and preach down to us about how bad we are. These people are morally and mentally void. They have no soul. They have no brain. They have no common sense. They have no dignity. They have no self-respect. And they know it. And in a week, when they get their ass handed to them in an election, too big to rig. When Trump gets 100 million votes and they can't cheat, it's just physically impossible for them to do it, they're going to have a mental breakdown. And they are going to go violent. They will call out BLM, Antifa, the military-age males, every cat lady Karen out there to do whatever. And guaranteed they will. That's their first thing to do. They're going to try to get the public, the mentally ill public, to cause problems. And when that is quelled and put down really fast by those of us with a brain, then they will continue their lawfare. And then Congress will do it and do whatever they can to keep Trump out of office. Do you honestly think there's going to be a peaceful transition of power? We are going to have to take what is rightfully ours because they stole 2020 from us. They're going to try to steal 2024 from us. They are trying to steal our country from us. Do not get complacent by any means and think, oh, we're going to go through this scot-free. It ain't going to be peaceful, guys. I hate to tell you that. We've been saying this forever. This is not going to be simple. The election should be. The election looks like it's going to be a freaking landslide. But the Democrats will refuse to give up power. It's going to be up to us to take it by whatever means necessary. Once we win the election, then we have to enforce the results. And trust me, they're going to try to stop us from taking over the White House and both houses of Congress. Be ready for that. Pinball out.